Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
Everybody, sorry about this.
And we're going to webinar. Power margins. I'm going to go ahead and show you my webcam. But we should be all good to go now.
The following. So give us just a second. Window of Facebook or YouTube that has sound. All right. I don't think I do, but I'll double check on that. All right. How about now? Window open on Facebook, YouTube that has sound. I'm not hearing any sounds, so I think I'm good. I think I'm good over here. Can everybody on the webinar hear me very clearly? Just say yes if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, so everybody can hear me here. All right, Chris is saying it's still echoing over there on YouTube and Facebook. And if it is, well, a lot of people on Facebook now are saying that the echoing is gone. Chris, can you confirm for me that the echo is gone? So I can get started. Okay, perfect. All right, I don't know what that was, but this is technology. I've got, if you could see this right now, I've got screens, laptops. I mean, we're going like straight up full-fledged tonight. All right, cool. So welcome to the Profit Power Hour. I've taken some extra security measures here that it actually ends up getting recorded, which is important. And if you're looking at the screen right now, you should be able to see that we're doing a nice big giveaway this week. We're going to be giving away $500 cash money here on the Profit Power Hour. That's completely free to an attendee. So there's no catch. This is meat and potatoes training. There's nothing for sale. This is 100%, as I call it, meat and potatoes. Now, you're also going to see over here that we have all the links to my social media, my Facebook, my Instagram, my Snapchat. Today, I did a lot of stuff on Snapchat. We talked about using other people's money. On Instagram, I made a post about one of my campaigns. I actually posted an image of one of my campaigns that we just started using this power margin method. And the ROI, like I said earlier, is absolutely nutso. So we're going to go into session number 2 with power margins. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing, how I transitioned to this, and how I started right where everybody watching this probably is starting. And that is as a complete newbie with a free plus shipping offer. And oftentimes people come to me and they say, Adrian, listen, should I do retail items, print on demand items, AliExpress items, free plus shipping? Like, what's working? And the honest answer is it all works. But last week, I went in and I showed everybody that there is a step-by-step formula that I use to get to where I am right now. And most people skip step number 1. Most people, you know, they start too far in and they miss all of these little steps, and that costs them down the road, and it makes things a little bit more tough. So I'm going to pull up my white pad here. This is our notes from last week. And basically what I call this training is power margins. And this is how you go from making teeny tiny little profit margins on some of your items to making 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 profit per order, right? It all depends on what you're selling and all of that stuff. It's going to be different for everybody. But if you look, just a quick recap, step number one is free plus shipping. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that say, you know, free plus shipping is dead, yada, yada, yada. Let them continue to say that, all right? While we keep scooping up the money, all right? So that's totally fine with me. Fact of the matter is we freaking crush it with free plus shipping. And there are two reasons why I am doing free plus shipping, all right? Number one is customer trust, all right? So people love good deals, right? They get this offer, free plus shipping, it's 10 bucks, they're getting a solid deal. They feel like they've gotten something really, really nice that builds trust. Number two is those types of ads go viral. So they get massive amounts of volume. So you're building relationships with massive amounts of people. Two big things here. And what that leads to is a big email list. Now, a big email list is very powerful. All right, we have, I think now, I can't remember, 500,000 people or so on our email list. And when we shoot out emails, they'll make us 5 figures in sales. Sometimes we're doing like $20,000, $30,000 a week on email promotions, which is, once again, massive numbers. We could turn off all of our advertising on Facebook and anywhere else, right? And just live off of our email list. But I don't want to do that. I want that email list to continue to grow. I want it to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. How many of you in here would agree with me on that? That it is important that your email list continues to grow and that it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Just say me in the chat box. Just go ahead and say me. All right, very, very good. Awesome. Cool. All right, so that being said, what I want to do is real quickly recap step number 2. Now, step number 2 is going to be the levels of retail type items that we're marketing. So we do retail stuff. We do low level, mid level, and high level. So we sell some stuff for 15 to 25 bucks, some stuff for 30 to 45, and some stuff we're selling between $50 to around $80. All right, but I call it the $50 to $100 range. So you can't just like go straight into selling super expensive items. You know, there is a method to this, and you need to take it step by step by step. Now, real quick, I just want to check on one thing over here. So let's see, change source, audio, webcam view. Yes, let's do that. Give me just a second, y'all, and I'm going to just double check on one thing over here before we move any further, because I got a little error over here. All right, so I think I may have this fixed. Let's just try it real fast. Change source, audio, let's see, webcam view. Let's do that. All right, so template, audio, Adrian's iPad. No, let's don't do that. System audio capture. All right, so I don't know why my webcam's not showing on Facebook, but it should be. And if it's not, sorry. Not too much I could do about it right now. Template, audio, let's see. Just gonna double check over here and see what the deal is and if I can fix that. I don't think I can. Window. All right. Configure, select window monitor. Give me just a sec. So let's go to webinar. And it should be my viewer. There we go. All right, I should be on camera now. Okay, I think I finally got that fixed. All right, awesome. Okay, back to it. So the free plus shipping model basically fuels my retail model. Now, if everybody understands that, in the chat box, I just want you to say, I get it, all right? Free plus shipping fuels my retail sales. Just say, I get it in the chat box. And sorry about all these technical difficulties tonight, but next week we'll have this straight up fresh. All right, so it fuels my retail items. Now, I call this next section retail profit zones. And we hit this really hard last week, so I'm just doing a quick overview. The first way that we start hitting retail sales in my e-commerce business is with email marketing. And because we're building this huge list right now with all of our free plus shipping ads, what we're doing is we're building that trust, we're getting volume, and then we're email marketing to them retail items. So slightly more expensive stuff. The second big part is custom audiences. So you're able to build custom audiences from different types of events that happen on Facebook. So if you're utilizing the Facebook Pixel, you've got view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, you've got purchase, you got people making purchases. All of that's being registered on Facebook. And then, of course, number 3, you've got cold prospect targeting, okay? And when it comes to retail items, you've got 2 options, well, 2 main options. Number 1 is you can start working with AliExpress items, which is great. That's what I started with. And what we did is we took some of our free plus shipping offers that were performing very well, and we just increased the price of them, right? So we just said, hey, it's doing so good as a free plus shipping offer. Why don't we move it to a retail offer and see if it still converts? Now, when we did that, right, it worked, and it was huge because it would double or triple our margins. So we were creating what's called power margins. All right, then we would go to more expensive AliExpress items, so stuff that cost a little bit more, that you couldn't afford to have as a free plus shipping offer, right? Because the product cost on it was more. But it would sell for a high ticket price. So these are greater than $10. And then you've got print on demand. So print on demand products like t-shirts. So we sold a boatload of t-shirts, coffee mugs, pillows. We've sold yoga stuff. We've sold just all sorts of different, you can print on pretty much anything. So these are all of the different things that come when you start at step number 1, okay? So that's what we went over last week. And I had a lot of you in here asking me about the different retail profit zones, all right, that we're getting these high ticket margins from. And those are, like I said, email marketing, custom audiences, and cold prospect targeting. So today what I want to focus on, all right, is our strategy for email marketing, and maybe we'll even touch a little bit on custom audiences. Okay, so these are some super important things that you can use to increase your sales and increase your profit margins. So just by a show of hands, how many of you in here have an email list already? Just type in I don't know, 5 if you already have an email list. Okay, I see a lot of you saying 5, 5, 5, small list, big list. It doesn't matter how big your list is. A list is a list, and it's going to grow as long as you're running high volume type offers. And that's what free plus shipping has what they make it available for you, right? Because it's hard to compete with free. All right, if you do not have an email list at all, you got 0 emails, you got nothing, 0. Type in a 6. All right, type in a 6. Okay, so we got about 70% of you that have an email list, about 30% of you that don't have an email list. All right, that's cool. All right, that's totally normal. If you do not have an email list, all right, you are going to want to pay very close attention to custom audiences, okay? All right, that's the best way for you to get started with these retail profit zones if you don't currently have an email list. So I guess what I'll do is I'll start out with email though, because it's super important. And I believe that email marketing allows you to do some cool things aside from just, tapping into that current relationship that you already have. It allows you to test products and identify which ones have that sizzle effect, right? So if an offer performs very well to your email list, when you go in and you promote it on Facebook, there's a high likelihood that it's going to perform very well on Facebook, right? How many of you would agree that if you send out an email and an offer just crushes it and it gets boatloads of sales, more than average, right? That it probably is an offer that's going to do very well on Facebook as well, because those people that are on your email list came from Facebook, right? The same traffic source. I see lots of yeses. Okay, sweet. So let me just kind of draw out the funnel for you of how all of this starts. And this is just going to be such a fun series because last week was the foundation. This week we're going to kind of go over the basics of the funnel and how it works. And then as we progress, we're actually going to go through and we're going to build a campaign live. All right, we are going to build campaigns live the way that they should be, nothing left out. all the right targeting. We're going to find products that are retail power margin products, and we're going to submit a campaign together, and it's going to be freaking sick, all right? Or you can kind of mirror what I'm doing and select a different product, but I'd probably do whatever it is, that I'm showing as the example. All right, so let's look at our power margin funnel, all right? So our power margin funnel, all right? Now, it all starts with, number one, like we said earlier, free plus shipping. And the best thing to do for free plus shipping is just go find something from AliExpress, all right? But let me just be clear. Don't go find some like random thing from AliExpress that doesn't make any sense that you think is cool. Because when it comes to marketing, I've said it so many times, nobody cares what you think. It's irrelevant. It does not matter if you think something is awesome or if you think something sucks. All right? What matters is what the people want. So find something that has that sizzle effect on it. Try to hit big niches like the wine niche is huge. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm not a huge wine drinker. I mean, you're supposed to drink, well, they say, I don't know who they is, but people say you're supposed to drink a glass of red wine a day because it has resveratrol and all that stuff in it, and it's healthy. So I try to do that here and there, but I don't really like the way that it tastes. But people are obsessed with wine. So if you're not in the wine niche, you don't like wine, you don't drink wine, you don't care about wine, who cares? All that matters is there are boatloads of people that love wine, typically females over 45 years old, and they buy everything wine related. At one point I had this little phone case with a wine product on the back of it, and we sold over 6 figures of it very, very quickly, right? So find a niche that is super powerful, super huge, and has a sizzle effect on it, because those are the types of products that are easy to move, right? If you were to get into the model car niche and you like this car right here, this is an SLS AMG Mercedes, and I've got one of these. I love this car. I'm passionate about this car, but I sure as heck ain't gonna sell a lot of these model cars on Facebook just because I like it, because very few people are going to buy an SLS model car. They're more likely going to buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, if you catch my drift, okay? So, free plus shipping offers from AliExpress. So that's step number one. Now, with this offer, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build a precise Facebook targeting ad for this free plus shipping offer. So let's just say that we were doing it in the wine niche, okay? And let's just say that we found, I don't know, let's go to AliExpress real fast and let's find a wine product just for the sake of it. I'll set that down. All right, so let's go to AliExpress. Give me just a second here. AliExpress.com. All right, let's find something in the wine niche. So let's just type in wine over here. All right, and we've got 95,000 wine products that show up on AliExpress. So I mean, that's pretty wild right there. But anyways, let's just say that we find a random product. I'm not gonna we're not building a campaign right now, but I'm just gonna be semi-selective here. Okay, so let's just say that I would not market these on Facebook. That might get you in trouble. I have a feeling the banana is also against compliance. So try to find something that's not going to get you in trouble on Facebook. Stay compliant. I know that those look funny and everything, but you want to keep your account in good standing. You know, AliExpress, you type in wine, and of course this type of stuff comes up while I'm streaming live. Okay, so how about this? These are very popular right here, and we've actually sold a good bit of these. So these little, what is it called? A stainless steel wine pourer. Okay, whatever. Let's just say that we're marketing this. So we'll call it a, what is this? A spirit pourer. All right. So we'll just call it a wine niche spirit. I don't think this is the best thing to start with. We've sent emails for this before and it's sold, but I don't think it's the best thing to start with. But I'm just trying to get you an example. All right, so let's just say you have that product, all right? Now you want to start marketing to the wine niche. So let's pull up my iPad over here. And what we want to do is we want to start out with our first free plus shipping ad. I'm going to show you how this entire funnel works. So we're going to go from the conception of the ad all the way to the email list, right? And then pushing out retail products. That's what we're doing right now. So you've got your little wine product, and we're going to create our step number 2. All right, our Facebook ad. But remember this, all right? If you've been in my Ecom Success Academy, you're immediately going to know what this means. And if you've been on my Profit Power Hours, you're immediately going to know what this means. But we're going to use what's called precise targeting, all right? This is the best way to start, precise targeting. Okay, so you're going to have your Facebook ad. And I generally like to start out with a page post ad, all right? If it's free plus shipping especially. So we're just also going to say pointer 1, precise, pointer 2. We're going to do a page post ad, all right? Now this ad is going to probably look a little bit like this. All right, so we're going to have a black bar down here at the bottom of the ad. This is my art, all right? And that bar under it is going to say, let's just say, okay, this free plus shipping. All right, so usually I have a little bar at the bottom of the image that says, get this free, just place shipping. And then you're going to have your product image. Now, these typically are 1200 by 1200. There's also a format now called 1200 by 1600 where it's a really big image. Now, the reason I like these types of ads is because they take up a lot of real estate, and when people are scrolling through the news feed, they're more likely to see them. All right, so I like page post ads. Now, we're going to write this ad for this product. It's a free plus shipping product. Remember, we've got up here, it's a wine product. So what's going to happen is people are going to click on our ad, and they're going to end up over here on our Shopify store. All right, so they're going to be here on our Shopify store. All right, where they have the product of the wine thing, whatever, and of course they have the buy it button. All right, so they're going to go through and they're either going to look and leave, or they're going to buy. All right, that's what's going to happen. So you end up getting people that purchase. So once they buy, they become so Facebook, they become a purchase event. I call them buyers. Now, what happens with these free plus shipping buyers, after they see the ad, they click it, they buy the wine product. Remember that this is the wine product that they're looking at right here on the Shopify page. Something's going to happen, okay? You're not just going to earn money from this sale, but by the way, when you earn money from this sale, you're also generating a customer by which you have now a relationship with. See, marketing isn't about just doing quick cash grabs, you know? It's about building a relationship with your list, okay? With your customers. So when you do market to them again, since they trust you, they know you, they believe in you, they've gotten product from you, they're gonna buy from you again. So it doesn't end there. That's where most people screw up, is they think, get a buyer, get a buyer, get a buyer, get a buyer. And they're always hustling, they're always chasing the next dollar. But you've got to remember, all of those buyers that you just got money from, right, that bought your product, they're gold. Like, they're worth so much more than that one purchase. And this is where power margins are really going to start to come in. And even if you have 0 email lists yet, as a brand spanking new newbie to e-commerce and Facebook marketing, this could work right out of the gate, as long as you use this funnel. All right. So what's going to happen here is after people buy, let's get my little highlighter out. So we've got some buyers now. All right, these people purchased the item. They are now a buyer. They're going to drop down into your MailChimp email list. All right, So they're going to come over here and they're going to drop down into your email list. So every time somebody buys something from you, they also become an email subscriber. Now that's something that a lot of people don't know. Like, you've got to sign up for a MailChimp account. Yeah, you can use Klaviyo, Rare. There's all sorts of different email options. I prefer MailChimp 100 times over the other options, and we'll get into that later. But MailChimp is a really great service. They have great inboxing, and they're very, very user-friendly. Now you've got an email list, and these buyers are worth a lot of money, okay? So I'm just going to drop the money down into the email list. But something else happens also. People that don't buy, right? People that are not buyers of your product, but they came to the website, they looked at your product, and they added it to cart. So let's just quickly add in right here. We're going to zoom in. Add to carts, all right? Which is kind of like in between the ad and the purchase, right? The ad, the product page, and the actual purchase. These people also, guess what? They are going to drop into your email list as well. So you end up with an email list of buyers and non-buyers. Now, since you're hitting a free plus shipping offer, all right, you're going to go viral. All right, you're going to have boatloads of shares, boatloads of comments, boatloads of likes, and you're going to build a bigger email list. This is my favorite thing about free plus shipping is the volume that you get. Even if you are breaking even, all right, I'm going to repeat myself. Even if you're breaking even, you're not making a single dime profit off of this ad right here. All right, so you're spending money on Facebook and you're making just enough money to cover your expenses. In other words, you're at zero at the end of the day. Your bottom line, you're at zero. Tell me this. Do you think that the people that are in this email list right now could throw you into a profit margin? Do you think that email list is powerful enough to earn you thousands of dollars a day, a week, a month? Yes or no? I see lots and lots of yeses. Okay, so this is stuff that a lot of you in here should already know if you're a student of mine. But once again, this week we're hitting basics of power margins. And now what's going to happen is you've got this email list, all right here, this big email list with tons and tons of people in it. And this email list to you is absolute, pure, 100% gold. Now, you've got to start marketing to them the right way. All right. Now, I'm going to show you my power margin email funnel. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to write this down, and we're going to call this my power margin email funnel. All right, so my power margin email funnel. Do not let your email list sit there, even if you've only got 30 people in your email list. Don't ignore it. Don't neglect it, because if you do, it's going to go down the drain, it's going to go down the crapper, and it's going to be absolutely worthless. All right, you've got to start mailing as soon as you start getting leads on your list, because those leads are going to turn into more money. All right, as long as you're mailing them the right stuff. So we've got 4 weeks in the month typically, right? So you've got week 1, all right, you've got week 2, you've got week 3, and you've got week 4, all right? Now, what I personally do, all right, is I send out 3 emails per week, all right? So 3 emails per week. You've got your Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right, so you got your different days of the week. What we have is a very, very strict, specific schedule. All right, we send out 3 emails a week, and week number 1, the first thing that we do is we send out more free plus shipping offers. All right, so we may do that on, let's say, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we hit the list 3 times in a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we send them more free offers. Listen, what got them to your store in the first place? A free offer. So it stands to reason that if you email them, a free offer will get them to open up the email and come back to your store again. All right, so now what you're doing with this specific route right here is you're training people to open the email when you send it to them. Because we all know you can have a big fat list full of emails, but if none of the customers open the email, if they ignore the emails that you're sending to them, well, then your email list is worthless. Could you all agree with me on that? Just say, I agree. All right, see lots of I agrees over here. Wow, we've got so many, we're maxed out now. We've got so many people in here that I can barely read all of the chats. Okay, so free plus shipping offers. But remember that I said up here, way up here last week, let's go back to it, that we have the different tiers of retail items. We've got low level, we've got mid level, and we've got high level. Listen, you can't just out of the gate, just because you got a customer, try to hit them with a high level retail product. They're going to ignore you. Remember, they're a freebie customer, right? They came in because they wanted something free. They didn't want to spend $100. So with power margins, you have to have baller products. Like you've got to have sick products that have a huge sizzle effect. So they're worth the money, right? And people can see that perceived value as well. And number 2 is you have to level your customers up. You have to ascend them. And I've been teaching this for a year. You have to ascend your customers from a freebie person to a low level retail, to a mid level, and to a high level. And that's exactly what I did. I ascended my customers. I leveled my customers up. And I started with free plus shipping products. And then I would mail them a low level retail product for like $15, right? A little bit more expensive than a free offer. Then I would start hitting them with $30 to $40 products. And now we're doing like $80 products all freaking day long. One of the guys that owns a factory that we use in China hit me up and he was like, dude, I cannot believe that you're selling this item for $70. Nobody else is getting sales at $70 on this item. They're all selling it for $49. So you're picking up $30 more per sale than our average seller. How are you doing that? Said, I understand power margins, right? I understand how to train my customers to buy more expensive stuff, but you've got to walk them through these steps. How many of you think that's pretty cool though? Just give me your thoughts in the chat box right now if you understand what I'm saying here. I'm able to sell stuff for more expensive, more money than other people because of the quality and the relationship that I have with my list. And I do it on Facebook too. We're going to get to that. All right, so you've got low level, mid level, high level. Remember these prices right here. Let me just get a good, you got 15 to 25, 30 to 45-ish, and $50 to $100. Okay, so it's, it's not those exact numbers, but that's a range for you, okay? Now, coming back down here to our email list. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so coming back down here to our email list, week number 2. We're going to send out more emails on week number 2, but what I'll do is I'll kind of switch up the days a little bit on week number 2. So I'll just do these, and I'll do like a Tuesday, Thursday, and then maybe a Saturday. All right. So the green represents, how about this? Week number 2. Week number 1. All right, so that makes sense. All right, now this week we're going to hit them with low level retail products. Now, on this week, right, we're going to send them stuff that's in that $15 to $20 range. So it's not really expensive. As a matter of fact, one thing that I love doing, and I talked about this last week, is I will take an AliExpress item that I was selling as a free plus shipping offer, and I will email it to everybody and say, now it's at a retail price. Now, 2 things happen when you do that, and I wrote about it up here. Where is it in my notes? when I did this, when I took a free plus shipping product and tested it at a retail price, my list freaked out because they knew that it was free last week, right? And now they see that we're charging retail for it. What have I just done? Well, I've just built more trust and more urgency with my list because now they know I'm serious. Now they know that when I say a free plus shipping offer is a limited time offer and they see it the next week for a retail price, they know I'm serious. So you better bet next time they see a free offer, they're going to take it more seriously. They're not going to say, oh, yeah, right, this is always for free. All right, number two is we already know it's a good selling product because we have the data, the stats. So we can just level that product up. We could sell it for more money and never sell it for free again. Like we could legit just make it a retail product. So there's two options you have right there. Or you could just find a complementary product, whatever that wine product is, right? So it could be a wine case. It could be a wine phone case. It could be anything within the wine niche. It could be print-on-demand products. It could be a T-shirt with a funny wine saying on it. How about that? All right, so we'll say this is a, let's just call it a wine stopper. All right, this is our free item. And our low-level retail item might be, I don't know, a print-on-demand T-shirt. All right. So we're selling something that's in like the $20 range, like a $19.99 T-shirt that has a funny wine slogan on it. Listen, let's come back over here. They clicked on a wine product, right? They purchased the wine product or they thought about purchasing it. So now we have on our email list people that are interested in wine products. So once again, it stands to reason that if we email them more free wine products, like a wine stopper, right, then they might buy that. If we send them a T-shirt that has wine stuff all on it, funny wine quotes like WTF means wine time finally. Well, that's probably going to sell. And trust me, I've sold a boatload of wine stuff. One of my biggest fan pages is a wine lovers fan page. All right, now, if this does well, if it does good, if it performs, now what you've done is you've just leveled your customers up. On week number 2, now you've taken freebie customers and you've turned them into retail buying customers. When they click the offer, this is what's important, the mentality of the customer. When they click on the product is they understand that it's a retail product. They understand that it is going to cost them money. The mentality of a free plus shipping offer is they think they're getting it for free and they're just paying for shipping and handling. People don't worry about shipping and handling because that's just a part of the internet, right? You've got to pay for shipping and handling if you're going to get the item free. No company is going to give it to you free and pay shipping as well, unless they're, well, crazy or really, really nice. One of the two. All right, so people write off the shipping, but now they're clicking on stuff knowing that they're spending money and they're paying for shipping and handling. Then I'm pretty sure you guessed it. The next week, we'll stroll them into, let's just say, our mid-level retail products. All right, so mid-level retail products. Now we're selling stuff for a little bit more money. So you're going to find another wine product, but it's going to be more expensive. It's going to be in that $30 to $50 range or so, okay? And right there, when you get there, you're going to know right then and there when you send that email to your list if they're ready for that price point or not. All right, so it's either going to do good or it's not going to do good at all. There's usually no in between. All right. I do not on week number 4 go to high level. I don't do that. All right. What I'll do is I'll go back to free plus shipping. All right. Now, the reason that I do the free plus shipping again on week number 4, and I'm always rotating, the days of the week that I'm sending out emails, is you don't want people to stop opening your emails because you're now selling more expensive stuff. You've got to keep that hype, right? So after 2 weeks of sending them retail products, we hit them again like, guess what? Now we have our free plus shipping offers back and ready. So open this email right now because this week you can get these offers completely free and all you have to do is pay shipping and handling. What you're going to notice is your open rates on your emails are going to increase. People are going to buy like crazy because now they know that next week or the next week, those free offers may very well be at double to triple the price, right? At a retail price. Is everybody with me so far on this? Just go ahead and I see a lot of people saying this is dope. All right, so I see lots of people saying yes. So it's training the customer. They're kind of on a roller coaster, right? You've got them where they're seeing a free offer, and then they're seeing retail offers, but then they're back to free offers. Because free is amazing, but free is only amazing because it's different, right? I mean, you go into the mall, you don't see a bunch of stuff for free, and it gets people's attention. But you could eat the best filet mignon for dinner every single night, or if you're a vegetarian, you could eat whatever you would consider the best of the best meal for a vegetarian. And you can have it every single night knowing it is the best of the best. You're not going to get anything better than that. And after a while, what's going to happen? Can somebody tell me what's going to happen if you eat the same meal every single night, even though it's the best of the best, the most expensive, the highest quality, the best grade? You're going to want something different, right? You're going to get bored of it. So if you hammer your email list, if you hammer Facebook with nothing but free plus shipping offers, guess what's going to happen? People are going to get bored of it. They want to see stuff that costs more money. That's crazy to say, right? But they like to buy stuff. People like to shop. You know, I mean, people go out and say, this weekend, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to go shopping. I don't know what I'm going to buy. I don't need anything. I don't even really want anything, but I'm going shopping this weekend. That's how people work. So hitting them with retail products, totally fine to do. Now, if you want to, you can reverse this a little bit, week 3 and week 4, where you could go week 1, free plus shipping, week 2, low-level retail. Week 3, free plus shipping, week 4, mid-level retail, all right? And then you could go week 5, free plus shipping, week 6, high-level retail. So it's kind of like this back and forth thing happening here where they're seeing low-level retail items, but then they get a free item. But then next week they see mid-level, and then they get another free offer. Then the next week they see high-level retail, and then they get another free offer. So it doesn't make the guys and the gals that can't afford the more expensive stuff totally abandon you. What happens is you're able to cash in on the people that have the money to spend, right, on retail products, and you're able still to, you know, cater to the people that really only react and respond and engage to free plus shipping offers. What's happening? You're getting the best of both worlds. And this is how I started out with power margins, with email marketing. This is when I had that realization of, holy crap, people really will buy $70 products on Facebook. They'll buy the same thing that somebody's doing a free plus shipping offer with, or that I previously did a free plus shipping offer with, at a retail price. And once you realize that, once you have that revelation, it changes the way that you think and that you do marketing. All right, so this is funnel number 1. All right, so funnel number 1 over here, precise targeting, page post ad, 1200 by 1200, 1200 by 16, and it needs to be a free plus shipping offer. Let's highlight that a little bit. So we'll say that this is a free plus shipping offer, probably from AliExpress. That's really where you get most of them from. All right, now what you're gonna do is after you have this precise targeting campaign dialed in, let's say you're just targeting red wine lovers or red wine magazine. There's all sorts of great keywords for wine that are super, super, super precise keywords. And if you're new to marketing and you don't know what I mean when I say precise, there's 2 types of keywords on Facebook. All right, so I call them. Let's just do this real quick. Two types of keywords. Now, I call them keywords because I come from back in the day when Google was the hot thing to be marketing on, and you would target keywords. Facebook really calls them interests, but I'm stuck on keywords. All right, you've got precise, and you've got broad. All right, now a precise keyword would be I love wine. A broad keyword would be red wine. All right. Would you all agree that somebody that falls under the interest I love wine is probably a more targeted customer than somebody that falls under the interest red wine? Red wine could be, likers by association. There could be anybody that maybe liked a picture or liked a product that had to do with wine, but they're not saying I love wine. So if you're brand new, precise keywords, precise targeting is the best place to get started. Now, funnel number 2 is you're going to take that same free plus shipping item, but guess what you're going to do? You're going to start hitting broad keywords. Now, if you look at my Instagram, let's go over to my Instagram real quick. On my Instagram, I made a post earlier today of one of my campaigns, and I called this power margins. Let's see if I can make it zoom in any. All right, so with this particular campaign right here, I want you to notice a couple of things with my power margins. Is I am hitting some massive audiences, and they are profiting. So a lot of people say, oh yeah, Adrian, you're making all of this money and you're showing all these screenshots, but it's retargeting audiences. Well, look, haters gonna hate. You're always gonna have negative people out there. Hell, there are a lot of people out there that aren't honest and aren't truthful and don't actually practice what they're out here preaching and teaching, okay? So I get it. But fact of the matter is you cannot deny what you see right here in this campaign. You see audiences of 98 million people. I want you to think about that. That is a broad audience where I'm spending $240 to make $866. It's because I'm selling more expensive items and I've dialed in my Facebook marketing by starting at step 1, precise targeting. Is everybody with me on that? So just say yes if you're with me on this. So there is no, of course I do retargeting, but do any of these look like retargeting audiences? I mean, how many people have 340,000 people in a retargeting audience? I don't think so. That's not an add to cart audience or anything like that. But 98 million people. And this right here, we're selling a $70 product. But you could see we're hitting huge, huge audiences. Now, an example of a precise audience would be this 190,000 people or this 340,000 people. And you'll notice that the ROI on those typically is better, right? Because it is more precise. But the great thing about broad is it brings you volume, okay? So these types of campaigns freaking destroy. But you'll get there. You've got to start at step 1. Like you must start with a free plus shipping offer, with your $5 a day budget, and you've got to go through this funnel, drip them into your email marketing account, train them with all of these different offers you hit them with every single week. If you forget to email one week, you screw everything up. You can't do it. And let me tell you something. I have people that say, oh, I'm busy. I've got kids or I've got this other job and I just don't have time to think of an email. It takes like 15 minutes to send an email to your list. And that email makes you money usually. So, I mean, don't make excuses, all right? Get on and send an email out to your list and follow the schedule right here, because what's going to happen is you're going to turn these customers into very high level buying customers. And then when you send them free plus shipping offers, they're going to flip because it's like a gift to them. They've already spent $80 or $40 or $50 on products with you. And when you send them a free offer, it's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket to pay $10 for shipping and handling. So we're always giving our customers stuff to be excited about, but we're always giving them something new and we're always raising prices and looking for more expensive items. Now, you don't want to like put a ridiculous price on something. You don't want to be greedy with it. I mean, the stuff that we sell for $70, I believe is worth $70. As a matter of fact, we look at Amazon a lot and we look at what stuff sells for on Amazon and we beat Amazon prices. which is pretty cool. And it still puts us in a position where people don't feel like we're trying to gouge the prices, right? But what we're not doing is we're not saying, I don't believe this works. If you're marketing something at a lower price throughout the funnel, like you never try anything else, it's because you don't believe in yourself. It's because you don't believe in your ability to truly become a solid marketer. If you're always undercutting your prices, it's because you don't believe in your product. When you believe in your product, you believe in yourself, you believe in your ability to be a marketer, selling stuff at a higher price point is not going to be a problem. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a student of mine who lives around town. I met him for coffee. He makes more money on Shopify than I do. He says I introduced him to e-commerce, and all of a sudden, he opens up this e-commerce store, does $100K a month. Now he's doing anywhere from $60,000 a day to, I don't know, $80,000 a day in sales. And he understands power margins. He understands believing in your product. He said that when he first started marketing the product he was marketing, it was $25, and he convinced his partner to increase the price. I think it was to around $60. So they doubled the price, and guess what happened? More people bought, and they doubled the amount of money that they were making just because they took the same product that was selling for $25 and they increased the price to $60, and now he's destroying it. And that is how it's done. All right, it's all up here. You've got to realize you can increase your prices, you can sell high ticket stuff, but once again, I just showed you one of my funnels. And I mean, it's not like this intricate funnel or anything like that. It's just like a basic funnel. Listen, you have a free plus shipping ad, you have a $5 a day budget. Y'all know that I've always, for years, literally for like 6 years, I've been teaching my students to start with a $5 a day budget. I didn't see anybody else teaching these $5 a day budgets until I came out probably a year and a half ago and was like, hey everybody, I slow cook my ads with a $5 a day budget. And it took off because it works, right? You don't have to have a lot of money to start marketing. You got $5 and you slow cook it, you let it run, and in a couple of days you figure out if it's going to work or it's not going to work. Another reason that free plus shipping offers are really solid ways to get started, because it doesn't take a lot of money on advertising to make money with a free plus shipping offer. If you can't sell something for free, we got a problem, a huge problem. If you cannot give away something for free on Facebook and get traffic and get people to pay for shipping and handling, something is mad wrong. How many of you in here agree with me on that? Just say, I agree. I see a lot of you laughing. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Y'all can see that here's my chat box I'm looking at right here. So there is just a ton of you saying, I agree. All right, so I'm gonna move that off. All right, so this is some power margin campaigns, and this is where I wanna get you, right? I started out with email, selling retail items. Let me just pull up my notepad again. So I started out with email marketing. That was the first place up here. This was the first place that I started testing retail products. And remember, with email marketing, the great thing about this is there's zero risk. Like, I'm not running a Facebook ad that costs any money. I'm literally seeing if my email list will buy it and they will pay a retail price for it, then I'm sure people on Facebook will as well, because they're the same people, okay? And of course, it allows you to go in and tap into money without investing anything in ads. Now, the next part of power margins is custom audiences on Facebook. So custom audiences on Facebook allow you to tap into people that have previously clicked on your ad. Maybe they've looked at specific products. Maybe they've spent money on your site before. But as you are building an email list, you're also building a custom audience list on Facebook as well. All right, so how many of you in here feel like so far, just with the email marketing side of things, you understand what's going on here? Like, you feel like you've learned a lot. You understand that even on Facebook, on your Facebook ad, if you're on a $5 a day budget and you spend $15 and you only make $15, you break even, you still generated leads. They've dropped into your email list. And now every single week, 3 times a week, you send them emails Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You rotate it a little bit. Keep it so you're able to hit them on all days of the week. And you start selling them more things. Like you start offering them products that are at higher level prices. You build a relationship, you build some rapport with them, you build some trust with them, and they get used to seeing more expensive items. And eventually it becomes not a big deal. Like now, I mean, like I said, we're selling products at a higher rate, at a higher price than some of this other factory's longest standing vendors. And we're selling it for way more than their vendors are selling it for because we know what we're doing. And it's really not hard. I mean, you can see it's a really basic and simple strategy, but you don't know what it is that you don't know. And people usually overcomplicate things. They say it can't possibly be that simple. It's got to be harder than that. And look, I'm not saying that every ad you run is going to make money. What I'm saying is if you can find one that at least breaks even, but ideally you want it to profit, and you're building up your email list, you can start using power margins and you can start sending them stuff that works and earns a lot of money. Let me give you another example. So I know somebody else in the space who's done really big numbers, just massive numbers with Shopify. He did not follow this formula right here. As a matter of fact, he hammered his email list, with the same offers every single week for almost 2 years. Every week. He had a bigger email list than I did too. And I would send out an email and I would make, I don't know, $10,000 on a promotion, where he would, with a bigger list, he'd make like $3,000. And it was kind of baffling. We were like, how is it that you got a bigger list, you make more money like from Facebook ads, yet I make more money when I send the email than you do? 2 reasons. Number one is people got tired. They got tired of eating steak. They wanted something different. They wanted chicken. They wanted pasta. But he kept serving them the same dish every single week. Number two, so they didn't understand power margins. They weren't offering things that cost as much money as I do. So even though we both started with free plus shipping, they kept selling cheap stuff. And so when people would buy, you would have a customer that probably would have spent $80, only spending $30. And then their list kind of just died. It got so tired of seeing the same crap that it just completely started ignoring their emails. And email marketing is important. And it's not like this cakewalk where you just send an email every week. You got to put a little bit of thought into it. But I've given you a calendar right here. Free plus shipping, then low level, then mid level, then back to free plus shipping. And then maybe, you know what? And you can play with it. It doesn't have to be this exact way. But week 5, maybe you stroll back in with another low level. So maybe another low level retail item. And then maybe you come back over here to week 6. And let's say you skip mid-level and you go to a high level, right? Or you could go back to a free plus shipping. As long as you're rotating it, don't send them the same type of offer every single week. But now maybe this next time we'll come in and we'll do a high level retail product or products. So you can give them a couple of options, all within the wine niche. Or you know what? Let's say that we know that our audience for wine is women that are 35 to 45 plus years old. Do you think that they only like wine? What else might they be interested in? So throw in some other products, maybe some bracelets, maybe some purses, right? Maybe some home decor items, some different print on demand items that have to do with their daughter or their son. Maybe you sell grandparents stuff, right? Because people in the wine niche, you can't pin somebody to one single niche. And this is another reason that a lot of people screw up on e-commerce, is they say, I want to start a store that only sells wine stuff. Well, that's great. You can make a lot of money, and I'm not saying that it's a terrible idea. I'm just saying that with my store, a flexible store, I could take all of the wine products that we sell and realize, hey, these people are more than just outraging alcoholic wine lovers, right? They're also parents, they're also grandparents. Maybe they're interested in dogs, maybe cats, horses. There's all sorts of different things that one person could be interested in. So when you're looking at niches and you're looking at power margins, you can't assume that this person only likes this stuff. It's more about the demographic than it is necessarily about the one niche. But you know for a fact they're interested in wine stuff. Is everybody with me on that? Just go ahead and say yes if you're with me on that. Okay, cool. So I was so late getting up here, trying to set all this YouTube and Facebook Live stuff and everything up. I forgot my diet ginger ale. So I don't even have anything to drink tonight. So I'm a little upset. I know a lot of you were asking me where my ginger ale was. Now, does anybody have any questions about what I went over? So far, because it's quite simple. Free plus shipping ad, cheap product, run a Facebook ad. That Facebook ad is going to get volume. It's going to go, hopefully it's going to go viral, but it's definitely most certainly going to get more volume than a retail product was. People are going to drop into your email list, and then immediately, even if you've only got 10 or 12 people on your list, start sending emails, because your list should get bigger every day as long as you're doing this. And what happens when you start making money here, right? You have more money to invest and you have more money to spend on advertising to fuel the fire, to get more traffic, to get more emails. Now, what we're going to do is next week, we're going to go over custom audiences. So we're going to go over the second thing I use for power margins. And I got to tell you something. This is so freaking powerful right here. I'm going to show you how to leverage the true power of the Facebook pixel. And I'm going to show you how not to do retargeting. Like everybody knows about retargeting, but I'm going to show you how I use remarketing to do power margins. And I'm looking over here at my whiteboard right now, and I've got like all of them just lined up. I've been testing these now for a while. And I'm going to show you how to create custom audiences that pull out solid numbers that still give you the ability to scale. No, I'm not talking about lookalike audiences. I'm talking about straight up custom audiences. We talked about them last week. You've got view contents, add to carts, initiate checkouts. You've got purchase audiences. You got all sorts of stuff, all right? We're going to go over those, but we're also going to talk about where do I get my items from? So what types of retail products are we selling? Like what types of products on AliExpress would we sell for a retail price? Or what type of print-on-demand company do we use? I mean, there's lots of print-on-demand companies. There's T-Launch, Viral Style. There's, what is it? I don't know. There's a lot of them. Teespring pulled out of Shopify for whatever reason. But there's lots of print-on-demand companies, and I make a lot of money selling print-on-demand stuff at retail prices. And it pulls in, the great thing about POD, print-on-demand, is the value perception. If it's custom printed, it must be more expensive because it's not mass produced. It is custom printed, right? So when you have custom printed stuff, most certainly you can pull higher prices than a generic AliExpress item. That's why I do both. How many of you in here, Ted says this was very straightforward, loved it. How many of you in here need help figuring out what products to start marketing? Because that's what we're going to go over is custom audiences, and we're going to go over what products to start marketing. I'm actually going to introduce you to my biggest vendor that very few people know about. It's a print-on-demand vendor, but recently has become my top 100% vendor with the best prices, the best stuff, and I'm going to introduce them to you, and I'm going to show you some of T-Launch. I'm going to show you some AliExpress items, but I'm literally going to show you what I'm doing. Like, I'm not hiding anything. There's nothing for sale. I'm just showing you what I do to earn $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a day on my Shopify store. Am I the best and highest revenue producing e-commerce guy on the internet? Heck no. There's people that make more money than me. Like I said, one of my students now is doing upwards of $80,000 and $90,000 a day. He Snapchats me screenshots all the time. But I know what I'm talking about. So you follow through with these power margin workshops, and I'm going to take you from a free plus shipping marketer, which is epic and amazing, and it works, and you should never stop doing it. And I'm going to show you how to get to that next tier. I'm going to show you how to level up with your marketing and start selling retail items, bring in more money, higher profit margins, so your business can go from a business that maybe does 3 grand a day to 6 or 7 grand a day to 14 grand a day to maybe 20 grand a day. There's all sorts of people out there doing it. Heck, someone right down the road from me in Mississippi, where like nothing happens. Everybody's a doctor, attorney, or they build houses. Like that's the majority of what happens down here. And they're great people, but there's not internet companies here that are hiring graphic designers and media buyers and stuff like that. This is one of the least likely places to find e-commerce marketers. And you know, right down the street, I've got someone crushing it. Another girl right down the street in Jackson was doing like $10,000 a month or so. See, it's not that they don't know how to do this stuff. It's this that you don't know what it is that you don't know. And once you figure it out, once you find the formula, once you find the method and you apply it and you take massive action, anybody could do anything. You've just got to be willing to get started. How many of you in here agree with me on that? And just say yes. All right. So Victor says Madison is not. Yeah, Madison is really great, but I mean, you just simply don't see people doing internet marketing down here. It's just not a hot spot for that. But there are some people doing it, and they're crushing it silently out here in old Mississippi. All right, cool. So that's what we're going to go over next week. Custom audiences. We're going to get into the types of items, the types of vendors that I use. This is the Profit Power Hour. So if you're watching us on Facebook or you're watching us on YouTube, you may have never seen this webinar before. You got a special treat this week because GoToWebinar is being funky. I record these sessions for my Profit Power Hour students, so you can always go into the archives if you're a PPH member, and you can watch these trainings. You can rewind it, you can rewatch it, and by the time we get through with these power margin trainings, this is going to be one heck of a notepad right here. I'm going to save it as a PDF. I'm going to send it to you all tomorrow in an email, and you could download the PDF. You can go over the notes. You could watch the replay. But now we're going to give away $500 cash money to a completely random winner here on the Profit Power Hour, and then we're going to get back next Tuesday to the rest of our power margin training. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Snapchat this. I love Snapchatting the giveaways. So let me just pull up Snapchat real fast. So we've still got, how many people are on right now? We lost some people. We're at like 830 people or so. All right, so right now we are on the Profit Power Hour. We're about to give away $500 cash money. We've just had a really great training on power margins here. I'm going to choose a random winner for $500. All right, so let's do that real fast. Just going to post that. And I'm just going to scroll up and down. I want everybody to put in the chat box, hashtag power margins. Hashtag power margins. All right, and I'm going to scroll up and down. We're going to choose a random winner for $500. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to go ahead and type that in. So let me just scroll through. Wow, we've got a ton of people typing in power margins. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to scroll up and down here. We're going to give away $500. And our winner tonight is April Summer. April Summer. All right, so April Summer, you just won. Let me Snapchat this so you can see. So I just scrolled up and down and landed on a winner. We landed on April Summer. You just won $500 on the Profit Power Hour. April, I need your PayPal address so I can PayPal you the money. Listen, this is going to get deeper. It's going to get more intense. We're going to be inside Facebook. We're going to be building campaigns. I'm going to start choosing Profit Power Hour All-Stars each month and bring them on maybe and do some interviews and really just help you all get started and optimize your current success, because I'm very, very good at that. It's one of my specialties. So April, let's get your email address. So many people are saying congrats to you. I can barely see anything. George wants to know if you're a lady. I don't know. I mean, my name's Adrian. That's a girl's name. I'm a dude. So I never assume anybody's gender when I land on their name. Somebody says April Spring. I mean, it is an interesting name, April Summer. But we've got your email address, April. So you are on Gmail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure I type this in. and we make sure we send you out your money. Let me just take a picture of it just in case I lose it. All right, there we go. Gotcha. All right, so I'm going to send you $500, April. I don't know if it's your first time here or if you're a seasoned student. How many of you in here have been on the Profit Power Hour for the past 2 years, or you've been on for a little while while I've been doing these? Because I do these every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. EST, and I have now been for 2 years, and they're live. This is not recorded. It's 100% live session. I don't like to, say things are live when they're not. I like to be on these live no matter where I am in the world. So, wow, I see a lot of 2-year veterans, 1 month, 1 year. All right, we've got lots of people that have been in here for a long time. Very, very good. April just won $500. Facebook is giving us some great responses. So if you're watching us on Facebook, looks like you've enjoyed the presentation right now. If you like my white pad, let me know. Some people love it when I use this. Some people would prefer that I have PowerPoints, but most people like the white pad. And next week, we're going to dive more into, like I said, Facebook targeting, finding the vendors. And then around week 4, we're actually going to build a campaign. So not next week, but the next. We're going to go find a product. We're going to build a campaign, full-fledged, live here on the webinar. And I'm going to show you exactly how I personally build my campaigns and how I've been able to generate millions upon millions of dollars with Facebook marketing. The strategy is the same. It never changes. It just plug in different products, or I change price points and I started focusing on power margins, right? If you're doing free plus shipping right now, you're doing the right thing. You're getting trust, awareness, you're getting volume. Keep doing that. But remember, you need to start dripping them in to a power margin sequence where you start sending them emails with retail items. Prep them and train them to buy more expensive stuff. And I promise you, if you do it the right way, they will. And you'll make more money, and you'll have a better quality email list, and your Facebook marketing will be more profitable. You'll have more money to invest into your ads, and this is how you take your business from a 5-figure a month business to maybe a 6-figure or a 7-figure a month business. So, let's focus on 5 figures first, and then let's get to 6 figures. 7 figures is on up there, but I see people doing it. One of my students did $1.7 million just last month. Very few people do that I know, but hey, it's possible. If they're doing it, there's no reason that somebody else can't do it that's just now starting out today. Okay, so that's it. Next week, same place, same time, right here on the Profit Power Hour, 9 p.m. EST. We will be live. We'll be going over power margins, session 3. And next week, I'm telling you, it's time to get nitty gritty. These custom audiences are going to blow your mind. I mean, a lot of you probably had no clue that you could create custom audiences like these with the Facebook Pixel. All right, so it's going to be really fun. I see a lot of you in here saying you enjoyed it, you loved it. Remember, make sure that you follow me on Facebook. Make sure that you follow me on YouTube, that you follow me on Snapchat, because I do different things on Instagram that I do on Snapchat. I do different things, on Facebook. I go live on Facebook and do Q&As. Right now, I'm streaming live on YouTube. I'm going to be putting some more stuff up there. If you don't have a Shopify store yet, you can go to shopify.com/Adrian Morrison, and you can get a free trial in a Shopify store, and they give you 10% off your store for a year. So I'm a preferred partner with Shopify, so they gave me the special link. All right, and we'll be doing another huge giveaway very soon. We'll be announcing our next Ultimate Internet Entrepreneur giveaway as well. 2 weeks ago, we gave away over $5,000 live on a webinar. We gave away a 27-inch iMac and 2 12-inch MacBook Pros. So that's always very, very fun. That's how we do it here on the Profit Power Hour. So that is it, y'all. I hope that you all have a fantastic night. #crush it. I'll see you next week. And between now and then, get started with the funnel I showed you tonight. Get started with free plus shipping, email marketing, and start thinking about products that you could sell to your customers that have power margins, low level, mid level, high level retail items. And I promise you it's going to change the way that you do marketing online. All right, so that is it. And I will see you all next week. Good night.